This is video 6 for all of the instruments, and in this video you're going to learn about two of the resources you have available to you through Essential Elements. So one of them is called My EE Library, the other is called Essential Elements Interactive. First thing I need you to do is open up your book and notice where it says Student Activation Code. I've got it circled in red right there. You are going to use that code for both of these resources. Then you just open up Google or whatever search engine you choose to use. We're going to do My EE Library first. And as I type it in, it just pops up just because I've used it recently, myeelibrary.com, and then choose Essential Elements Library. Now right there, it's going to ask you for your activation code. And if I were you, I would select that little box that says remember my code, so you don't have to enter it every time. You do not have to worry about the capitals, and you do not have to put the dashes in. It does that automatically for you. Now what happens here is it shows you all the different songs that we have in our book. You might look at number 2 in your book. That's called Let's Play Open D. We played that in the previous video. Number 3, Let's Play Open A. When we did that, we played it with the metronome. Now, using the metronome can be a little bit boring sometimes. So what this does is gives you background music to play. Notice it only goes to 41 here. However, there are 5 pages, and it does go all the way to the end of the book. I'm not going to do that now, but it goes to like number 190 something. So if I want to play number 2 with the background music, I'm going to select number 2, and it opens up a new box. When I hit play, what it's going to do is it's going to announce, it's going to say number 2, let's play open D. It's going to click 4 times. That's going to tell you how fast you're going to go. And then you're going to play along with the background music. So I'm going to turn this down because it's quite loud. Then after that, it'll click 4 times and do it again.
Number 2, let's play open D.
1, 2, 3, 4, and play along. D, 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 rest. D, 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 rest. D, 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 rest. And then it's going to just click again. 3, 4, then you go, okay? And you could, of course, rewind it, go back to the beginning if you want to, and things like that. I'm going to close that now. Now, let's say that you put your activation code in, and this happens. And it says not a valid code. Even though you do have a code, just choose my book does not have a code. And then it's going to ask for this ISBN number. Help me find the ISBN will show you where that number is. Okay, so I'm going to look on the back of my book, and notice there are 2 barcodes. It's the one on the right, and I'm going to enter that number in. And once I enter that number in, again, you don't have to worry about the dashes. It already puts them in for you. And once I enter that number in, it will take me to that. I hit submit. And you can do remember my ISBN number, and it takes you to that same place, okay? Just a nice way to practice and also to be able to play something more interesting for your parents. I'm going to show you about Essential Elements Interactive. So I'm going to a new tab, and I'm putting in Essential Elements Interactive for my Google search. And from here, I'm going to go to create an account. Now let's just say you forget that part and you just click on it. That's fine. You can just click on students and then create an account, because you won't be able to sign in until you've created an account. So the first thing, it says EEI school code. This is not the activation code, okay? This is something different. And ours is Beckendorf missing an F. If you type this in, it's going to tell you that school code is not found. So Beckendorf with 1 F. I think that the word Beckendorf was just too long for them, but that is our activation code for ours. Hit enter. Now it has class Beckendorf Junior High Orchestra, teacher Amy Williams. Now EEI student ID. This is also not your activation code. Okay, we're not going to use that. Say I don't have an EEI student ID. Choose that. And then here we finally enter the activation code in here. Okay, and you can see I've done a couple here. Yours, it has to be your activation code, not this one I'm typing in right now, because once I use this, it can't be used again. So I'm going to click and make sure, yes, I have my own personal copy. You can choose to read those should you want to. And I'm going to double check and make sure my activation code is right and then hit continue. Now here, make sure when you're creating your username and password that you write it down or take a picture of it or whatever you want to do, or you can ask your computer to remember it. I'm going to close that out. And we're going to use my dog's name, Mickey Williams, and he's going to play the cello. And I'm just going to use the first name, password, and you might want to do this. I wrote orange ball for him because he loves to play with his little orange ball. That's his favorite thing. So that's my dog. You might want to do this, take a picture, and then you can hide it again. And then hit create my account. Now I'm going to check all this stuff. First name, Mickey, last name, Williams. Check everything out. Plays cello. You can take a picture of this because it shows the password, shows everything. Hit confirm. So I can't use Mickey. So we have to start over again, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to do Mickey 2012 because that's when I'm going to show this so I can make sure I see if that works. Confirm. Now we're good. Okay, here's my school code. You will be enrolled in Beckendorf Junior High, Amy Williams. We're going to say he's in the 6th grade because, well, he's 12, so I guess he should be in the 7th grade. Now we're going to join that class. So now it's telling me I have to sign out and then log back in again. Just close that out. Now here, so the name was Mickey 2012 and orange ball. Sign in. You could, if you use an email address, you can do that. You can use this. You could use your parents' email address if they're okay with that. It says it's not required, so you can say no email at this time. That's what I'm going to choose to do. It's just kind of nice in case you forget your password or something, okay? Now, you're not going to see assignments and anything in here, okay? Assignments are all gonna be done through Canvas for us. However, when you go over here, Music Studio, it shows you, again, my EE library. What's nice about this, though, this is the view song list. What's nice about this is that when I click on this, I have more options. I can slow it down. I can record myself. I can have different background music. So let's try Latin and see what that sounds like. It's the same song. I slowed it down. So it's playing at a much slower tempo. So the songs that are more difficult for you, you might want to practice them slowly. So now, if I want to do that one again, but the regular tempo, now it's going to do it the regular tempo. Okay, tells you get ready, gives you a moment to get ready. And then it's going to play, and we're still on the Latin one. Now this is more the regular tempo. And you can change. You can do rock, if you want to do rock. You can change it to all sorts of different sounds. You can do just piano. You can have the melody play with it or not. You can get rid of that. So it's just playing the background music. I'm sorry, that doesn't sound very rock to me, but they're calling that rock. Lots of different options there. Or accompaniment, none. And in that case, you're just going to get a metronome sound. Oops, sorry, we have to have the metronome. Sorry, metronome would give you just metronome. None is if you're going to record. You're going to record yourself. A good idea would be to do some recordings with the metronome on. Okay, so there's all sorts of different options here. Recording yourself will be a really good tool for you to go back and listen, and doing it with the metronome will tell you, am I staying? You can stop, go back and listen to yourself, and you'll be able to see, am I really staying with the metronome? So recording, slowing down, changing what the playback is, if it's just the metronome, if it's just the piano, if the background music confuses you, just do the piano. If you want just the metronome and the melody, let's listen to what that sounds like. Sorry, this takes long. We just have to wait for it. So that's just the melody playing with the metronome. That's all that is, okay? If you're going to record yourself, I recommend not putting the melody on there, okay? This is a record button. If you want to record yourself, I recommend not putting the melody on there because you won't know what is you and what is the background music. All right, so just kind of play with that. There's all sorts of different things you can do with that. It will really help you prepare for your tests that you'll be submitting and things of that nature. And you'll find some more things that are useful. But again, this is the one you want to go to right over here. All right, so I have one more thing. If you typed your code in and it said student activation code not found, unfortunately, there's no quick fix for that. You're going to have to go to the contact us, send them an email and tell them your problem, and they can fix your code for you, okay? That is unfortunate for, I'm sure several of you will have that problem, unfortunately, but that's kind of where we are with that. But I would encourage you to use this Essential Elements Interactive. Once you get it set up, it's totally worth it.